Hi, Helen from crystalsandcrochet.com here. In this video tutorial I am going to show you how to make a double crochet front post treble together. Excuse me. So as you can see in the corner I've got normal double crochets. Here in the middle section I've also got normal double crochets. But these 3 stitches here, and the 3 before the corner as well, are a double crochet front post treble together. So the stitch is made in 2 parts, 2 partial stitches, a little bit like a cluster, but it's all worked in one stitch. So we've got the double crochet part first that sits into the top of the stitch, and then we've got the front post treble part that sits around the post of the same stitch. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so what we're going to do is as if we were doing a normal double crochet, yarn over once, into the top of the stitch, yarn over, pull up our loop, yarn over and pull through 2. So that is a partial double crochet. Okay. Second part of the stitch is the treble, so we're going to yarn over twice. We go around the front of the post, yarn over, pull up our loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops once, twice. Okay, we've got 3 loops left on our hook, so we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, show you again. Just going to zoom out a weeny bit. Okay, so yarn over into the top of the stitch and through 2 loops once. Yarn over twice, around the front of the stitch, pull up a loop and through 2 loops twice. So there's a partial double and a partial front post treble. Yarn over, pull through all 3. One more time. Yarn over once and through 2 loops once. Yarn over twice, around the stitch and through 2 loops twice. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, this is a stitch that I've used in one of the squares for A Life Inspired in Cornish Comfort, and we also used it on the corners of Sacred Space. Okay, so you can clearly see that where you've got the normal double crochets, that sits back flatter, and where we've got the front post, the double crochet front post treble together, it sits forward. But rather than with a normal front post stitch, the top loops of the stitch would be folded over behind our work. You can see that we've actually worked into them. I'm just going to whiz round and show you how to work a subsequent row. Okay, so I don't really like seams in the middle of a square. I like to work things into the corners. So all I've done is join with a slip stitch in that next stitch, and then come round and worked a beginning corner. So depending what your pattern tells you, it might just be panels like this. So I'm just going to make a normal double crochet in these next 2 stitches. Okay, so I'm now going to make another double crochet front post treble together. So again, into the top of the stitch, with the partial double, and then instead of going around the whole stitch, just go around the front post treble part and finish it off. Okay, so partial double into the top of the stitch, and the front post part come just around the treble, the front post treble part. Okay, so you can see then it just sort of continues to keep that effect sort of moving up, and you'll find that because you've made a stitch or a partial stitch into the top of the stitch and one around the post, what it's doing is giving it a much more raised and cushioned effect. Okay, so it actually feels quite a lot thicker just there. So remember, as you're working the stitch, let me come in closer. Just a quick bit of stitch anatomy. There's your 2 top loops. There's the 3rd loop going across. That's the partial front post. Sorry, that's the partial double. That's the partial front post treble. So you can see that there's 2 parts to the stitch, but they're joined together at the top. Okay? Thanks for watching.